Man, I hate being almost 40 years old and living in an RV.
I can see where that would be painful.
It's not where I saw my life going. I wish I had more of a solid home, but what I do like about living in the RV is the minimal lifestyle that I'm having to go to.
Yeah, I can understand that. And, we've got a sponsor that might be able to help you out with something like that.
Really?
Yeah. Have you ever heard of Bob's Containers?
Actually, I have.
Well, they make turnkey container solutions, building both standardized and custom container homes. They also build commercial container solutions such as bars, restrooms, kitchens, pretty much anything you can think of.
And these are these giant, like, Connex containers.
Right. Like you see on rail cars.
Dude, that's incredible.
So they have Easy ADUs, which is an accessory dwelling unit.
I'm glad you said that because I didn't know what that meant.
Yeah. I know what it means, but I don't know what it means. We'll have to look that one up later. They provide in-house financing, which is fantastic of them to do as a company.
Well, yeah, I have no credit. Divorce has killed it.
Yeah. They'll handle all of your permitting.
That's a major deal.
Yeah, wherever you're located, they'll deal with your city or your county and handle all the paperwork.
Wow.
They do completely custom solutions, so pretty much whatever you can think of, they can build it for you.
That's incredible.
Quick and easy nationwide delivery.
That's huge.
So they're in Austin, Texas, and we're also in Texas, so that's not that far away. But you know what? If you live in Massachusetts, give them a shout. They do off-site construction, so there's no noisy construction for months while you prep the land.
Incredible. Like if you had nosy neighbors and you're just someone's grinding away.
Yeah. Nobody wants to hear a jackhammer at 5 a.m. every day.
I know, I don't.
Not at all. And like we said before, they're built in Austin, Texas. So you should check them out at bobscontainers.com or give them a call at 833-265-3269.
It's a no-brainer at Bob's Containers.
Hey, babies.
Welcome to Truck Beers.
Welcome back.
It's bright out here.
Today's a good day just to be outside.
It's fantastic.
As much as I don't want to be outside.
Yeah.
I want to be asleep right now. But
Yeah, I was.
you was, and then your son, I can hear him screaming, "Dad! Dad! Dad!" Boo!
I was watching the enthralling Cowboys game
Oh yeah,
and just went.
the all-encompassing Cowboys, the almighty Cowboys. Look at us, yellow belly boys today.
Oh, yeah. I had to go to the store earlier because I ran out, and I usually get my groceries delivered
Yeah,
because I live close enough to Walmart where they do that.
they'll just like bring you.
Yeah, you order online, they get it, and they bring it to you.
Isn't the world great?
It's one of the few things that I really enjoy about it,
Yeah,
but they won't deliver beer. So I had to actually go.
communist.
Yeah.
I just been saying that to my kids all like week.
I mean, it's close enough.
When they say something like it's real weird, it's like that's what a communist would say. And they're like, "What are communists?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Ask your mom." But
You can do it.
like, what I wanted to do today is like I kind of wanted to go over that last podcast we recorded with Mike and them. Kind of like
Recap it a little bit.
yeah, recap. Kind of tell more of the experience being in there. Also, like, there's a bunch of things going on in the world that I want to talk about. Like, we haven't talked about the Senate saying, "Hey, aliens are in the ocean."
Yeah, I want to talk more about that too.
Yeah, I want to talk about that. I want to touch in with that Tyson fight just because I just want to be mad about it. It just suck.
Yeah, Netflix is getting sued.
Yeah,
There's
they should.
2 class action lawsuits
Yeah,
against them.
I'm gonna fucking write my name in that ticket too.
And it's pretty cool because, on Christmas Day, I think, this year, Netflix is supposed to have 1 or 2 NFL games live stream.
Oh shit.
So
They're not going to show a live stream of Santa Claus delivering presents?
I'd be really curious to see if the NFL gets involved with this
I don't know, man.
stuff. Because they're like, hey, man, we paid you a lot of money to put these games on your platform.
And you can't even...
You can't even stream a fight?
No. I mean, part of me, to be fair with it, is like, there was a lot of people watching that fight.
Yeah.
But, like, be prepared, you know?
I mean,
You know it's going to be a very high volume of...
You're a streaming service.
Yeah. So...
That's your job.
Figure it out.
I mean, they've only done, what, 1 or 2 other live things before that? And it was...
They did Joe Rogan's comedy special.
Yeah, and they've both been comedies, like stand-up specials. They haven't done an actual, like...
I don't know.
Event with that many... I don't know if it was too many camera angles, if it was too many input. I don't know what it was. It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't.
Get it together.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and also, like, I went back and watched the fight, and I am no professional, like, spectator in that sense, but, like, there were so many weird things, like, when you go back and watch it.
Yeah.
Like, I hate to be like a guy's like, it's rigged.
It sure seemed like it.
But man, good grief. Like,
there's too many weird videos of Tyson looking like he's intentionally pulling
his
punches.
Yeah.
And then you watch the videos of him training right before the fight. And I know
Yeah.
some of that was older from when it was supposed to happen the first time, you know, because it got rescheduled because he had to have like
his open workout before the fight, he looked great.
Yeah, and then he could barely walk during the
weird.
fight. Either he was on something or he was just
Acting
getting
out.
a paycheck.
Yeah.
Which, hey, either way, good
Shit,
for you, man.
Good for you. He doesn't have to prove anything. Mike Tyson doesn't have to prove to anybody.
He should have bit that dude's ear off.
Yes. He
Of course,
should.
he's a lot taller. Jake Paul's too tall. I don't think he could have reached it.
I don't know. I don't think it's good for boxing. Which, you know, more eyes are on the sport of boxing because of that guy, but it sucks. It's kind of like it's like a spectacle, like a circus.
I didn't watch any of it. I wasn't home. I went and saw the new Venom movie.
Venom.
It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But right when I got home, the ladies' boxing match had just ended,
Mm-hmm.
and that was a sanctioned fight. That was a title fight.
Yeah, it was a badass fight.
And
A lot of headbutting and cheating.
I saw that chick's eyebrow just all busted open.
Yeah.
Because when I tried to turn it on, it would load like 2 minutes and it would buffer. 2 minutes it would buffer.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my gosh,
We
never
try
mind.
to-
I just turned it off.
We tried to watch the beginning of it on my stepbrother's house for my niece's birthday. So they were streaming like Shrek, and then the movie ended, and they're like, "Hey, the fight's on." So it was on a projector outside,
Oh,
so we were
nice.
trying to watch a little
Nice.
bit of it.
I heard if you tried to watch it on your phone, it was fine.
Yeah,
But like if you were trying to watch it through the TV app,
like
or
a
something,
Chromecast
yeah,
or TV
just-
app, it just took a dump on you. I don't know.
That's weird. Technology, it's great.
Walmart won't deliver beer. Netflix can't stream fights.
Is this even America?
Is this the end of the world?
Are these the end times?
Yeah, that's all I want to talk about on the Mike Tyson thing. I hated it. I know it was silly. It didn't.
I watched some highlights of it. I didn't watch the whole. I didn't go back
Yeah.
and watch it. But
Yeah, he went 8 rounds easily. Like, I don't know, man. There's
Yeah.
just a lot of like. Granted, he's almost 60 years old. Like,
yeah,
well, if I'm 60, I don't do it now at 36.
Nope.
No.
Nope.
There's no boxing matches in my future.
not voluntarily.
Mm-mm. So Ollie's had a banger show last night.
Yeah, how was that?
It was super fun. I got super hammered on accident.
Whoopsie.
Whoops. That's why I don't want to be doing anything today because I do not feel great.
Yeah, we got one of us with a gnarly hangover and the other one's sleepy.
I'm sleepy too.
I've done nothing but be a. I told you like you could come over. I did some stuff I needed to get done today.
Yeah.
I didn't do any of
You
it.
didn't do shit.
Like no, I've been a worthless.
You got a turkey brining.
I've been a worthless human for the last day and a half. Well, I mean, I fed my kids and took
Yeah.
a shower, so there's that.
At least you took a shower today.
Yeah.
I haven't even done that yet. Your son's just letting the air blower blow on his belly.
Yeah, he's silly.
He's a wild boy. Yeah, that there's a band called Feral Daughters. We're gonna try to get a show with them.
Nice.
They sounded like old school Title Fight, Wonder Years.
Very cool.
Very, very good. Me and Chad were like, oh my gosh, this is who I want to play with every day. And they're super neat guys, like good guys.
That's cool.
Um,
So it was all Shreveport bands, right?
all from Louisiana. There was not one band from Texas. There was a band called Blood Drunk. They were cool. They were fun. They had their son, the drummer's son, picked the guitar up for the last couple songs and played. He was like 15, 14.
Oh wow.
So it was really cool. Like all us old heads were like, dude, that was badass.
Nice.
And we're like, oh man, I remember my first show, and it was like that was his first time ever playing in front of people.
Wow.
So it was really neat. You did great. Good job. And then there is Expletive. They're a cool band.
Super heavy.
Super heavy.
Yeah.
Super cool. They've been around for a long time.
They have. They've been
Yeah.
around for a while.
Yeah, but the Feral Daughters, I want to play a show with them. I feel like we'd have fun with those guys.
Good.
They're silly gooses. The guitarist got super drunk with me. It was cool.
Yeah, oopsie.
Yeah, oops. I wish I had that, like what your son has. Hey, look how cool this is,
Yeah.
and it's just leaves moving.
Yeah.
He's like, this isn't the best day ever. Is this like? Do you see how happy he is? Like, I want that.
Yeah, just like that sense of amazement
Yeah,
that
like,
children
wow.
have. Like, oh, this is the coolest thing ever.
He's
And
jumping on a trampoline. He's having the best day of his life.
we have leaf blowed that trampoline off together hundreds of times,
And
and it's still the
the
coolest
most
thing ever.
magical moment of his natural born life. That's crazy. Yeah, the Ollie show is fucking cool. A lot of people came out. I ran the door. I was just taking money, and I was just being a little sassy brat to everyone. I was like, cash your card, bitch. I don't know. I acted really gay last night just because it was funny. I don't know why. Sometimes I get like caught up on an idea, and I'm like, I have to do this. I don't know.
Just go with it.
Chad did great at sound. God, it sounded great.
Good.
Good job, Chad.
Good job, Chad. Go, Chad.
Chad's gonna fuck around and be a sound guy at a local venue. He's gonna be the sound guy. But it was also cool to like trying to get shows. Like that's been our whole thing for the past year. Trying to get shows in East Texas again.
Yeah. Or
So-
anywhere.
So like all these Louisiana bands, they're like, yeah, we used to play in Longview all the time, but like seems like the past 8 or 9 years nothing's been going on. We're like, you're right. We're trying.
Actively working on
We're
it.
actively involved in this. Yeah.
Yeah, we used to play in Shreveport fairly regularly, but
Yeah. I would love to play in Shreveport Bears or whatever.
yeah, we used to play at the warehouse, but I don't think that place is open anymore.
Nope. No, it's not.
That was a cool venue.
I like playing in Shreveport because I always felt like there was like danger afoot. Like we might get our car broken into, or we might get robbed,
Yeah, that's true.
like by gunpoint.
That's
Every time, like there's like that little fun aspect to it.
Ooh,
Ooh, what's gonna happen today? We still recording?
Yeah.
Good. I
hope.
can't see the screen. That's why.
Yeah, this sun is sunning.
The sun is sunning. The wind's kind of blowing too. It's kind of nice.
Yeah,
So-
I hope it's not like on the audio. Cause that's
Yeah, I don't think it is. Nice legs.
Thanks.
So, that last podcast,
So, how many times have you listened to it?
twice.
Twice. Okay.
I could only dedicate 8 hours to listening to it.
Yeah, a whole day. So I listened to it in pieces, probably twice also, because I listened to a lot of it when I was mixing it.
Dog has shit in his mouth. Hey, don't eat your turds, man.
Gross.
Oh,
What are you gonna do?
what are you gonna do?
And then I listened to it again, like fully, once it got posted.
Yeah.
And then the places that were highlighted in the group chat, I went back
Yeah.
and listened to those multiple times. But there was a lot. There was a lot of information in that podcast.
A lot of information, a lot of. First off, I want to apologize. I'm an asshole. Like I'm just a little shit because I kept saying dumb stuff while everyone's being serious. Like I don't know what that was. I can't control it. I can't stop. I can't stop.
I don't think anybody was offended or cared.
Yeah, but like I think I said.
And if you weren't doing it, it wouldn't be the same.
I think I asked the ghost to, what do you think about my penis? Turn the light on if you like it. That's unprofessional. One day we're gonna have someone we're gonna interview somebody that doesn't understand that, and he's gonna leave. He's gonna walk off.
Well, we probably shouldn't interview those people.
Yeah, it would be cool to interview some kind of political figure, city council member.
Sure.
And then just get hammered while we interview.
Shit all over them.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man.
There was some cool stuff that happened too.
And it's stuff like we talked about it on the podcast, but the lights dimming.
Yeah, in the entire building.
The entire building. That was so weird.
Yeah. Would that happen twice?
2 or 3 times, yeah.
And the flashlight coming on multiple times and going off by itself multiple times.
Right.
Some of it seemingly in response to a question or a statement that was made.
Yes.
It was pretty cool, which is neat because that's I used to watch, Ghost Hunters and stuff all the time. And that was stuff that they would do on the show. So I was like, oh, this is so cool. I was kind of nerding out on it a little bit.
And we attempted to I was trying to actively debunk things looking at the flashlight. I touched the flashlight, shook it, did everything I could to get it to turn on.
Right.
And it wouldn't.
Right.
But when it was sitting there by itself.
Yep. Bing.
And Travis, one could say maybe Travis has a remote or a button that makes things. He didn't. He was just running around taking ghost recordings.
Yeah.
Which unfortunately I don't think that those files came out good.
Yeah, he said that it says it shows that there's recording. It showed that it was recording, but when he opened it and transferred it from he's got a Zoom portable audio recorder.
Which is cool.
Yeah. Those are nice. But when he pulled them into Adobe, whatever the Adobe audio software is, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Audition?
I think so.
Yeah.
The files were corrupt. There was nothing there.
So what is that? You know what I'm saying? That's
I don't know.
That's freaky.
I know he had it on because he kept going over there and checking the timer on it to make sure it was still recording, still running. The battery was still good.
There's just a couple of things like that have happened. The first time we tried to record the podcast with him, my microphone took a shit.
For no reason.
For no reason. I'm using the same microphone I used that day.
Yeah.
It hasn't happened again.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And that one was weird because we had 4 channels going, and the other 3 channels were fine.
Yeah.
For that last section,
and
that nobody else has heard.
It was showing recording on the because we had the screen, your TV, showing our lines. That's wild.
It was goofy.
And why was it my microphone?
I know. That's what I said. That's what I said before. It could have been anybody else's. It could have been mine. Well, not anybody else's. Yours and Mike for the ones that needed to work.
Yeah. But so that happened. All the weird stuff that we talked about on the podcast, and we went to go investigate in person right after that podcast. We went to the senior center.
Yeah, to see if the crosses are still on the wall. And they're not. They're gone.
Yeah.
I took myself to them because they had sand on them.
Cool.
So.
No, because you were talking. Drew told you about it.
Yeah, it was Jamboree 3 or 4 years ago. Maybe a little bit longer than that by now. He was walking to his car, and he sent me a picture of it. He's like, "Dude, what is this?"
Yeah.
Because we had never. And then that's all I've noticed since then about that place, and now they're suddenly gone.
Right.
Wild.
You're on that Haunted Gilmer Facebook page, right?
Yes.
Have you been reading a lot of the stuff people say? different stores, different places.
I've caught some of it, but not a whole lot.
Well, there's like a clothing store on the square that has.
Oh yeah,
She has like literal videos of things getting ripped off the racks.
yeah. You can go to her Facebook page and watch back through the videos that she posted, and
Yeah.
you can tell because there's security camera
Yeah.
videos, and you can see like there's one where like a t-shirt's hanging there, and then it
Right.
just goes.
Just gone.
No, you see it come off the rack and get like thrown down, and
Yeah.
then there's like a purse sitting on a display case,
It gets yeeted across
and
the
it
room.
gets knocked off.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's kind of weird how
That's
all
the same place Travis was talking about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of wild that this is like we didn't set off on this podcast to be ghost. You know, we just think it's interesting.
Right.
Like we want to talk about everything.
Right.
But
We have
like,
to have a separate ghost only
Ghost Channel.
ghost channel.
Yeah. Truck Beers Ghost Hunter.
Call it Haunted Highways.
Haunted Highways. Fuck, that's good. That's good. That just come off the dome?
Right off the top of the
Good
head.
grief. You need to be making decisions for the government with that kind of mind. But it's just kind of crazy how that everything kind of like fell into our lap, you know?
Yeah.
And like seems like a lot of things have just been kind of shown to us
Yeah, without asking for it.
without asking for it.
Like we wanted to do that episode with Mike because Travis and I know each other through work
Yeah.
and have known each other for a while, but he's like, yeah, I got a friend of mine that's like had a lot of experiences and kind of does ghost hunting and stuff like that. Well, like, cool, let's talk to him. We were gonna do that Halloween episode, and
Yeah.
then nothing worked out right.
Right.
Well, then we got to do the previous episode, and it was like, oh, this is great.
Mhm.
And then we did this past one, and it was like, oh, this is even better. And it's just like somehow meeting that one person has
Has-
just opened up all this stuff.
Weird.
Yeah,
So weird. And like his wife was there, Dee Dee, and like I was excited for her to show up because like one person can tell you stories,
yeah,
you know. I wasn't thinking he was lying to us or anything like that, but like one person can tell you stories, but then you have someone that listening to these stories and like no, like the accountability's there.
right. Corroborates.
Yeah. Corroborate.
That's a weird word.
Reverberate. It was just neat. Like I don't know. It's made my mind like start reeling.
Some of it makes you question things you think you know.
Yeah.
know, like things you've always assumed have been a certain way or whatever.
Yeah.
But I've always thought that there was something.
Yeah. Oh, we've talked about
Yeah.
it plenty. That our kind of thoughts and beliefs on it. You know.
Right.
It's your son's listening to Little John. That's hilarious. I don't know, man. I just haven't. I've been like diving deep.
Yeah.
I've been going down different YouTube rabbit holes, and I've actually been doing a lot of research about Gilmer. Like, I haven't found anything yet, but I'm trying to find.
I feel like based on knowledge of things from my own observations,
Yeah.
things like the Kelly Wilson case, things like that, things the way that the local government works and how money disappears. I feel like this is not the type of town that's going to have any unwanted history exposed.
Yeah.
You know, like I feel like it's going to be, I feel like it's all going to be hidden away very tightly. I'm sure there's people there that know things,
That's kind of.
but I don't think
yeah.
it's any public knowledge.
Right. That's kind of. Maybe this is what I'm trying to say. If you do know something
Right.
and you want to remain anonymous, but you want to give us little tips, routes to investigate,
Yeah.
like I'd be down for that.
Well, it's like the lady that sent the message to the group chat
Yeah.
that works at the library or
Yeah.
volunteers at the library, like, is all about doing deep dive on history stuff.
Yeah.
So, like, that's pretty cool.
That is.
I don't
really
know how much is there. Like I said, I think anything that's potentially detrimental to the lineage of the town is probably disposed of or hidden away somewhere where only
Right.
certain people have access to it.
Right. I don't know, man. It's freaking creepy. It's very creepy. The Kelly Wilson, that whole story, like I haven't thought about that story in forever, and then like 4 weeks ago, that's all I could think about.
Yeah.
You know.
Right. Yeah, I remember when that Devil Town podcast came out, they got a really big push. Again, and it kind of stirred up some things.
Right.
And ever since then, though, it's kind of, tapered off again, and there hadn't really been any new.
It's like people don't want. I mean, that sounds crazy to say, but it like appears that anytime it gets attention,
Yeah.
it's no one's like, oh yeah, we should investigate more, or we should
We should really look
light
into
a
this.
fire under
Yeah.
someone's ass to get it going.
And I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know firsthand how law enforcement investigations and things like that work.
Right.
But I got to think that if I was a part of that organization and there's this massive black cloud
Hmm.
that keeps popping up over this thing,
Yeah.
I'd be curious to look into it and see if we can figure out what happened.
Well, it bums me out for the family,
Yeah, for sure.
because if that was my daughter, and like here we are coming on 30-something years,
Yeah.
like I don't know, someone should know something.
Yeah.
I know they have that one anonymous tip, and they mildly investigated, but it really like disheartened me hearing like the police came out there and they just kind of scratched the ground.
Right.
Like that's what Barry was saying.
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's like they did it just to, placate the fact that they were, oh yeah, we made an effort, there was nothing there.
Yeah.
There wasn't any real.
And then you have all these like
Effort.
different psychics, which I'm not saying you shouldn't base your investigation on a psychic.
Right.
I see the troubles with that. But like 3 separate psychics all have like things that line up together,
Yeah.
you know. I don't know. I have no idea. I just know I'm deeply involved with it now.
Yeah.
We're in a relationship.
The
We're
mystery of Kelly Wilson is your mistress.
Have you had anything weird happen since talking to Mike the second time?
No.
I've had like crazy sleep paralysis, way more than I usually have. But that could just be not eating right. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like, there's a small part of my brain that's like, oh, you're tapping into something.
Did you do the thing that you didn't need to do? Yeah.
No, I don't. When Mike looks at you, he's like, don't knock on doors you're not ready for. When he said that to me, like goosebumps all down. I was like, oh no.
You're like, what if I already did?
Yeah. That was just a fun podcast, and it was
It was
cool.
a good time. I can't wait to do some more with them.
Yeah.
And we're talking about doing some more location stuff.
Yeah. That would be, well, apparently there's like 3 locations within a 10-minute drive from here
Yeah.
that we can go do. When we were off mic, me and him were talking about Pleasant Hill Cemetery
Mm-hmm.
out there near Pritchett.
Yeah.
And like we found out, like, oh, I know that cemetery real well.
Yeah.
You know, but he said there's been like multiple people saying the same thing, floating lights. There's a person out there, like the.
That'd be cool. That's right there off Lemon, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you go down Peach, get on Lemon. It's right down the road from Drew's,
Yeah, other side of 271.
the other side. Yeah, I lived out that way when I was a teenager. I lived on Peach Road, which is a hot skip and jump
Yep.
away.
Yep.
The rest area out there at Barnwell Mountain,
Why is it called Beach Road and
it's Peach. Yep.
Yeah, I didn't know the story about Barnwell.
I didn't either. The McFadden
Yeah.
killing. Have you looked that up?
Uh-uh.
It's kind of wild. There's a lot of cool stuff around here, like haunted wise.
Yeah.
I want to go to the museum.
Right.
About the moon?
It used to be the library, or it used to be the post office.
Post office.
Right.
And now apparently there's stuff, there's like big time stuff in there.
Yeah, that seems like it would be a cool old place to look at.
Yeah. And also, I'll just be completely transparent. If we go do like an investigation, I'm gonna be terrified the whole time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. There's no like tough guy.
No.
I'm gonna be like, help me.
Yeah. What was that?
What was that? Did you hear that? And I would be the one to be like, did you hear that? There's a ghost. There's a ghost in here. It's like, no, it's your phone going off.
Yeah.
Because I do that when we listen back. I'm like, there's a freaking EVP. I'm an idiot.
I think there's a couple of things on that last episode when you go back and listen to it closely that could potentially be something not intentional.
I want more, like I'm kind of been waiting on the other guys to like do more investigating on it.
Yeah.
Like what they think. Because like if they listen to it and they're like, that's definitely something, like I will release the timestamps.
Yeah.
I will let the public know.
Yeah, there's one that I think is just somebody else in the room talking,
Yeah.
not on mic, but somebody like human presence there,
Yeah.
one of the people.
Yeah.
There's one that I think Travis pointed out, or maybe you pointed out. I don't know. I didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
But then there's a couple that are like,
Dude, yeah. Well, there's one that sounds like a woman, and it's talking under what I'm talking,
yeah,
and like there's just like a slight pause between my words, like da da da, da da da. That's what it kind of like spooked me.
when we get done, I'll go back inside and I'll pull the files up and we can
Isolate it.
isolate just your track,
Ooh, we can do that.
and then we'll listen.
And it sounds like it's coming out of our good mics, not the bad mics.
Yeah,
Because someone said like it's Dee Dee talking, but it sounded like it was coming through like the clarity of my mic.
right.
Also, we should just take the microphones up there and just leave it.
Yeah,
Plug it in,
let it
give it
chill
30
out.
minutes. Like, go in there, ask a question. We can stay there, yeah. Go in there, ask a question, like, wait a good bit, ask another question, see what happens.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, poor Ruthie. You can tell she was like acting cool about it, but there's also like that look where she's like, "What are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?"
Well,
she
was there. I don't know if she was present when the Kling brothers came in, but I know she let them in.
yeah,
But she was like, "Yeah, those other guys came that one time and they didn't find anything." And I was like, "Okay, we're not really trying to find anything. We just want to have the podcast at your place because A, it's a cool place.
yes,
We'll give you a shout out."
it's a cool place, and the location. It's a cool place, and the location is cool.
And the fact that it's right next door to what was the video
That's what
store.
I'm saying. Like
Yeah.
the location was dope.
So it was just, it was like, "Oh, cool, we'll just come hang out and shoot the shit for a couple hours."
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I was really proud of like my beer pile when we got done. Drank a lot of beer.
it was impressive.
Yeah, getting good at it.
Thinking about going pro.
Think about going pro. If you guys need a power drinker, power chugger forward, that would be dope. Yeah, I just wanted to pick your mind, kind of see where you're at about all this. Like, I'm involved. you
Yeah.
know. I'm not saying I want to be a ghost hunter or anything like that, but like if I could put light to some situations,
Yeah, I don't think it would be something I would actively pursue, but if I was given the opportunity to do something,
absolutely,
I would take it.
I'll be
Yeah.
a guest
Yeah.
anytime. Could you imagine if we did have a ghost hunting show? How stupid it would be.
It'd be hilariously awesome.
Yeah. They would like have to blur out our beers because of like labeling.
Yeah. Just get black koozies.
By the end of the night, we're just like, "Hey, ghost,
I
hey
heard,
man,
heard you were starting some shit.
want a beard?" Grizzly Adams had a beard. So there's aliens in our ocean.
Yeah, so I didn't hear that part of the testimony. I heard Lou Elizondo's
Yeah,
non-human biologics
Yeah.
part again. That's the
Yeah.
same thing that he said on the previous one that was, last year?
Right.
But I didn't hear the ocean part, so fill me in on that.
So, my research has gone from other creators, content creators that have done the deep dive and the research. Everybody that took the stand has had some highly held position in the United States government,
Correct.
and they're kind of just shooting from the hip on this. Like, there's things that have to be said. So apparently, the consensus is they live deep in our oceans. That's where they come from.
Okay.
They've been here forever. Some people are saying there's 5 different species
Okay.
of megalodon. There's 5 different like flavors of alien.
Okay.
Like there's the little gray people. They've been seen. There's also like these Nordic, tall, blonde hair, blue-eyed people that's been seen. And I want to say, I'm kind of trying to remember, some of them are like they care less kind of thing.
Yeah.
But there's also a couple that are like mildly hostile.
Huh.
And like if you look back into when people started seeing these things, is a year after they started testing nuclear weapons in the ocean.
Well, I mean, if you're going to stir some shit up, that's a good way to do it.
Like that wasn't said. I saw a video where they were talking about it. Like once they started doing nuclear testing in the oceans, that's when the alien spotting popped up.
Okay.
And like I know there's a story that there was a UFO over the nuclear facility in New Jersey.
Yeah.
Like once those bunch of people have seen that.
Right.
I don't know. It's just really cool. My friend Cameron McBride and we watched a documentary. It was such a long video. We would dabble in the dark lettuce and watch these old alien or old history documentaries. It was the funnest thing in the world. But there was one. It was called USOs, unidentified submersive ocean aliens. I don't know I can't remember what the.
Well, like, there's a big deal about them being transmedium.
Mhm.
They can go underwater and in the sky. That's
Why could like there should be no reason.
I've seen Flight of the Navigator. I know how this works.
I've been here before, but like it's just really cool.
It's a great movie, by the way.
It's a very good movie. It's super cool to like, because I have talked about aliens for years, and it's kind of a kooky thing to talk about. You kind of get like, oh, you're an idiot. But now it's like, all these dudes are right.
Yeah. Well,
All
there's definitely something that is known about that it's not being shared
Right.
for whatever reason.
Do you think it's... Hey, do you think it's like... They think we can't handle it, or... Like, why won't they just be like, yeah, guys, we've known about it.
I think it's a few things. I think some of it is there are some people that think that, oh yeah, people are too stupid and panicky to be able to handle that kind of information. They'll be.
Or it just dissolves everyone's personal beliefs.
I think that's a bigger part of it. I think
Yeah.
that there's a massive backing by, quote unquote, the church,
Yeah.
whatever religion it may be,
Yeah.
to keep some of it.
The more I read that book, the more I realize religion is based off something insane. Like,
Oh, that book you sent me?
yeah, it's 12th Planet by Zachariah Hitchens. It's a kooky book.
It is an information dump. There is so much in that book. I'm on like the 4th chapter and my eyes are crossing.
Yeah. Well, where they talk about there's the one, and then there's 12 under.
Yeah.
And like all the like in Hinduism, the Vega, all the Vegas. There's the same story. Olympus, Zeus, 12 underneath. Just everywhere you go, it's the same story.
Right.
There's like the Bull King. Sorry. And 12 underneath it. One can be removed, but it's always filled in with someone else. If one drops off, they'll fill it in again.
Yeah.
12.
Always 12.
Jesus, 12 disciples.
Yeah.
Like 12 is a very powerful number for some reason, and it's like it's kind of wild how it all lines up.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of information in that book, and I'm not very far into it yet. But from what I've heard so far, because I've been listening to it, it makes my head just kind of go.
Yeah,
and not in a bad way. It's just
it's
trying to absorb and digest
yeah
as much as he's giving in a short period of time is just. It's very whelming. It's not overwhelming.
Yeah,
but there's a lot.
Yeah. And, like, that would be a hard book to write if you just were making things up.
Yeah. Well, it's, he's connecting dots on all of the different, not religions, just cultures in general.
Mm-hmm.
And their belief structure and their law structure and their civilization structures.
Right.
And how all of it just is basically copy-paste, copy-paste, copy-paste.
Yeah.
Tracing back to thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago.
Yeah, and like the Sumerians, like I knew that was an ancient like people.
Yeah.
They came up with so much. I didn't realize how much they had going for them. Like they had music.
Yeah.
They had art. They had like crazy math. Like the 1 to 60 math they do.
Right.
Was really neat. Like there's no way hunter-gatherers did that.
Yeah.
That's kind of where like some people argue like they're like the Graham Hancock stuff, like ancient civilizations, like there had to be something before,
Right.
I don't know.
And the Graham Hancock thing's cool too because I think we've talked about this a little bit. He's not trying to say that there was an ancient civilization before the Ice Age that was so advanced that they had robots and cars and flying machines.
No, but they had their own technology.
But he was saying they were far more advanced than the hunter-gatherers that were prevalent during the Ice Age.
Yes,
100%. And that something happened to end that advanced civilization, but there were a few survivors that mingled with the hunter-gatherer civilizations and taught them how to do.
Well, there's always the bearded fella that has the pouch, and it's depicted in everything.
Yeah, comes from the water.
It comes from the water.
Which apparently, allegedly at that time there was no seafaring people.
Yeah, it's the aliens.
It's those Nordic bastards.
It's those Nordic. Well, that is wild. Like to think that there's aliens that look like us, but they're just tall, blonde, and blue-eyed.
Yeah,
they're the true Aryans. I don't know it's a lot to take in.
It is.
And it's a lot to like have in the back of your head, like when you talk to people and you don't want to seem crazy. You just like, I don't know. God bless my mother's soul. She like, I'd love to see you in church. And I was like, I don't know, man. I can't. Going down a rabbit hole, I don't think that's.
Yeah.
I don't know.
That'd be a stretch.
That fucking movie Heretic really
got you bent out of shape.
Really bit me out of shape. It's seriously probably the best movie I've ever seen in my life. And like other people might hate it because, but like it worked for me.
Right.
I don't know. What did Ghostcast Man say? We had some questions that we asked. I guess it doesn't. I mean, we could try to answer them now.
We could answer them from our perspective.
Yeah.
Yeah, we sent out that bird call, and then we were so wrapped up in the recording and doing of the podcast that
there was no way I would have pulled away from that.
We forgot to go back and check and say, oh yeah, we have these questions, by the way.
Like there's no way I could have like asked those questions. Because like I was so invested. I didn't look at my phone.
Right.
I looked at it once to see the battery got drained. That's it.
Right.
Like everything else, I was just like, oh my gosh.
It was a soul focus episode.
Yeah. Oh, also shout out to the people who listen to the podcast. They've like and told us about it. That's Dustin Cameron was like, great fucking podcast.
Yes.
And that means a lot to me hearing from him. Baby, let me find out what they said. Stop. So Justin Gibbons, he did the Klaatu Barada Nikto.
Yeah.
And like I didn't read that until later, but you were talking about that's basically
It's the Necronomicon.
yeah. I was like, oh my gosh.
Mike was talking about the demon book.
Freaking yeah. Oh, you had a cool thing too. You were about the 72 thing. What was it?
Oh crap.
You told me and it like floored me for a second. You were watching something or listening to something and it talked about 72.
It was the. There's something about Osiris, and he had like. He was killed by like 72 people or something. Like there was some weird. It was like.
Oh yeah.
Because Mike was talking about the book of the 72 demons or whatever. Let me see if I can find it real quick. I can't remember what. I think it was a Joe Rogan thing.
Like numbers though.
Of course, it was a Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
thing.
numbers are. It's kind of weird how they repeat themselves over and over again. You know what I'm saying? Like the 12, 72.
Yep.
3 is massive in like different religions. The like Trinity, like the numbers of 3. The number 3 is like massive.
The 72 conspirators killed Osiris.
Wow. Do you think they're the 72 demons that was it Solomon?
Yeah.
He was a wild guy, huh? Bring me the child, I'll split it in half and give it to both of you.
Or y'all can figure it the fuck out.
Figure it the fuck out. So I do with my kids' toys. Just cut it in half.
Yeah.
Josh Mandrager actually, he asked 2 questions. The first one said, has anyone ever hired you guys to try to speak to a dead loved one? Me personally, I get hired all the time. And I'll tell you what Meemaw's thinking. He doesn't do that.
Yeah, that's not really Mike's.
Mike doesn't.
Deal.
Mike is very careful what he does with his ability, because he's afraid if he uses it for profit or gain, he'll lose his ability.
I think he's very reluctant also to potentially expose himself to. I don't want to say criticism.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he really cares.
No.
But I also don't think that he wants to just lay himself out there and be like, hey, this is what I can do.
Right. Well, he said...
He also doesn't want to make money off of it. Like, that's his number one thing was he has no desire whatsoever...
to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he thinks if he does it for his personal gain, it might be taken away from him. Because he likes what he's doing with it now, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know.
My children are fighting. I'm sorry if you can hear it in the background.
Yeah, your son's shooting the other one with a leaf blower.
Yeah.
That's cute. I mean, but think how easy it would be for Mike to just be like, oh, let me talk to your dead loved ones. And like...
He doesn't want to take advantage of anybody's grief either.
Yeah.
I think that's a big deal.
That's kind of why I like him so much. That's why I don't think he's bullshitting.
Right.
Like, there's certain things he said and that he's done, like, he keeps a lot to himself.
Oh, I think that there's a lot of stories that if we could ever get him to tell us would blow our brains.
I wish he drank more, because that's the only way we're going to get it out of him. They brought that bottle of whiskey, and I was like, all right, we're going to get loose. He had, like, one little small sippy sip, and I was like, man, what the heck?
What?
So, yeah, I hope that answers your question. Here's your other question. Is shadow walking a thing? God almighty.
I really do want to ask him this question.
Is shadow walking a thing? I'm not joking. What are your thoughts on seeing into the spiritual realm? So what is shadow walking?
It's astral projection.
Oh.
Basically, I think.
I want to know, yeah. I would love to know if that is a thing.
Oh, especially would like to hear his take on it, considering
Yeah.
some of the experiences he's had and that he told us about on the last episode.
Right. How do you do it? That's what I want to ask him. Like, how do you project yourself?
And it may be a thing that he knows nothing about,
Yeah.
but I would like to get his take on it. I'm pretty sure that's what shadow walking is.
I think you're right. And then there's no more questions after that. Just people being silly. Once Jacob Thompson said, "I wish my house was haunted,"
Come stay with me.
and then I told him, I was like, "Do you want me to cover myself in flour and whisper in your?"
So-
Just silly. I'm a silly boy. Silly boy. It's just like I said, man. It's getting crazy. Like it's like we're getting into this. We're gonna be the spearhead on bringing stuff to light, because we're gonna be the main news source for everybody from now on. I don't know.
Sorry, I'm Googling shadow walking.
You're good. I would love to know if, like, I would love to interview people that can do the.
Remote viewing?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Sean Ryan interviewed a person that can remote view, apparently, allegedly. And he asked the woman, is like, have you ever tried to remote view certain historical things, like the crucifixion? And the lady, like, froze up, and she's like, I've done it, freaking out.
yeah.
It was weird. It was weird. But then they can be, charlatans about everything. They could just be lying to us. I don't know.
I guess.
Hey, squirrel, what are you doing?
I think anything's possible. I think the scarier possibility is that they're telling us the truth.
Yeah, it's actually pretty terrifying to think.
Not necessarily scary in like a bad way, but like
Like, what if there's people that have abilities?
yeah.
And it's not in a comic book, it's
Or
not in a movie.
what if it's something that just any old average person can figure out how to do with a little bit of training and teaching?
Yeah.
And that's stuff that people don't want anybody to know.
So like when Mike said that when, someone's about to call you, so you pick up your phone.
Yeah.
Are you, some other stuff like that? Like, that's all happened to me.
Oh, absolutely.
What is that? And, like, can you tap into that ability, or is it something that just kind of happens?
Yeah, how much of it's dumb luck and how much of it's actual premonition?
Yeah. I don't know. I'd love to figure that out. I'm actually like, hold on, just the children are needed. The children are needed. They're needing help. I'd love to be a freaking super psychic. I'd love to be able to, like, use my mind to blow up cars, move stuff with my mind, get beers out of the refrigerator just using my brain hole.
I just wish my mind would work like a normal mind and do mind things. And
I wish my mind would
make
tell me.
feel worthless all the time.
Yeah, I was about to say, I wish my mind would just be on my side. I wish my mind wouldn't just make me feel sad all the time. Something I've realized here recently, like even when things are going good, like the darkness, the hole, it's still there.
Yeah.
Like, you think, like, oh, if I get this job, I'll be happy. Oh, if I had this, that, and the other. It's just, sometimes it's just not. It's
Well,
just there.
And when you and Mike were talking last week about the waking you up at 3 o'clock in the morning every day or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, you're missing something. Something's
Yeah.
not there.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably the same thing. It's like, what is that? What is that thing that you're needing, that you're lacking, that'll make that go away? Not the waking up in the morning, but like that. If I get this, what's going to fill that hole?
Yeah. I mean, like,
And some people say, "Oh, it's church or God or whatever."
yeah.
I've been there, done that.
I mean, like, me in my personal life, things are going great. I'm getting to see my kids a lot.
That's
You know.
fantastic.
Me and my ex, like, we have a really good arrangement. So, like, I don't get to see them every day, but I see them a lot more than other people do. That kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's not that. I'm in a relationship. Very happy that way. It's not that. Money's not really a problem right now. Like, I got things figured out.
Yeah, you've got a good job.
Good job. I work hard. It's not that. It's just, it's weird. Like, I just don't know what it needs to be. I don't know.
Some of it too could be the fact that we're so used to and programmed to expect the worst, so we're waiting for the bad thing to happen.
The shoe is about to drop at any time. That's the lingering
I
fear.
think some of it is more that than the fact that you're lacking something. It's more so that you're expecting something to go wrong.
Right.
Personal opinion. I don't know.
No, I mean that. I was really hoping. Like, I don't know if y'all could hear, like, the hesitation of my voice telling the 3:30 in the morning thing.
Yeah.
Because, like, that's personal, big personal. And I was hoping they had, like, a really cool answer, like a quick one. Like, oh, you just need to pee before bed and drink this tea.
Quit eating spicy food.
Yeah, quit eating spicy food. And no, Mike went into, like, his head cocked, and he's like, you're missing something. Something's not right. And I was like, stop it. Stop it.
That's not what I meant.
That's not what I wanted at all. I still do it. I mean, I've actually thought about, like, texting you at 3:30 every time I wake up. Like, did it again.
There's a solid chance I might be awake.
Did it again. Dude, you're so good for podcasting. Yeah, throw it on the ground. You got some cute kids.
Thanks, man.
They are turds.
Big time.
Dude, my daughter told me, what if, like, we weren't talking about anything. We were kind of talking about ancient Egypt and, like, what I know about it because they were interested about it. And I was like, well, the scientists and popular archaeologists say this. But there's also people that have alternative views. Like, that's how I talk to my kids.
Yeah.
Like, I will tell them what the main thing is and then what other people think. And, that's the topic we're on. And my daughter just goes, what if all the animals are supposed to be here but we're not?
It's a valid question.
I said, yeah, I've thought that before. Because, like, she goes, because we're the only thing that acts like us. I was like, God, babe, you're getting deep today. She's like, we figured out how to drive cars. We figured out how to make businesses. Like, she just went into it.
It's like it's something that's been on her mind for a little while.
Yeah, and as a father, I was like, that's my girl.
Nice.
Like, they're going to be all right.
Yeah.
They're going to be all right.
My oldest is big into Greek mythology.
Dude,
He starts asking me questions. I'm like, buddy, I don't know, but I'll look it up.
Yeah, that gets kind of sketchy. Some of the, like, the incest.
Oh,
Like, it's gross.
yeah. I mean, that's in the stuff's in the Bible too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Everyone's cool about the Gospel of Matthew, Mark,
Yeah. Nobody wants to talk about the Old Testament.
the Old Testament stuff. Do you want to be on the podcast, pup?
Oh, he is. Hey, hush.
Shut your dog mouth. I think if you told a human that, shut your dog mouth, that'd be like a pretty serious insult. No, this has been a good one, dude. We kind of got it recapped.
Yeah.
Just me and you talking.
He wants you to look at that.
Yikes. Is that like a self-portrait of you?
It's one.
It looks just like you.
It's one Valentine's Day.
Valentine's?
It's on pre-K.
So we got studio next weekend.
I'm excited. We're going to have I think we're going to have some cool podcasts.
Yeah, we're gonna take this with us. Do some podcasts from the studio. We'll be there Saturday and Sunday.
Yes. And December 6th, Texas Tea Room.
Yeah.
The boys, I'll be playing I'm excited, dude.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I'm excited. My girlfriend will finally hear our music.
Then we'll not think that you have a fake
Well,
band
she's
anymore.
inviting a friend, and the friend was like, "What do they sound like?" And she's like, "I've never heard them play." And I was like, "Well, thanks." She's like, "Well, you told me not to listen to stuff on Spotify." I was like, "Yes, I did." To be fair, I told her don't listen to. I told her to listen to like certain songs, not the other ones. The ones I wasn't involved with.
I wasn't involved with any of them.
Yeah.
So.
That's gonna be cool having us, all of us. We're putting these songs because we wrote them.
Yeah. And that is the cool thing, is like all the songs we're recording are new songs. It's not the stuff that was already written when
Yeah.
we got in the band.
Mm-mm.
So that is cool.
Yeah, once you joined, that's when we started writing great songs.
Yeah. Well,
Which the other songs are good. I'm not.
it's just a happy coincidence.
I love those songs, but like I'm just saying,
Hey, take that away from me. It's loud.
I'm gonna just throw it on the ground. Throw it on the big shelf, dude.
No big shelf.
Yeah.
I'm off the shelf.
If you guys are in the Dallas area, please December 6th, come out. You will not regret it. You won't regret it.
I hope not. Hey, look. I'm going to make a bird. You want to see me make a bird?
Yeah.
It's a bird. It's a toucan.
Yeah,
Just told a dad joke that was visual on the podcast.
that was my favorite thing you ever done. I think that was so cool. You don't need that. That one's empty. You want a full one? Oh, you're not allowed to drink it. I thought you were American.
I'm allowed to drink lemon water.
Tell him not till you're at least 16.
That's a good age.
I'm allowed to drink lemon water.
My first beer was like at 9.
I want to go get a
And like I think it was like a scare tactic. Like he'll think it's yucky, gross. I fell in love ever since.
It's been a long road.
Been a long road.
My oldest first taste, he was like 2.5, maybe. I was in the kitchen washing dishes.
Yeah.
His mom wasn't home. I think she was like a work thing or something. And I had a 16-ounce Rolling Rock in the living room on the end table
Right.
that I started. I was like, oh, I need to go wash dishes, and I left it in there. So he picked it up and took a big old drink of it, and then
Found
brought it
out.
to me. And he was like, "Daddy, I don't like it."
Good night. Have I ever told you the time I dosed every one of the kids, like my nephews and my kids? So I was at my in-laws' house years ago, and they had this giant pitcher, and it looked like grape juice.
Mm-hmm.
And we were all eating dinner together, so the whole kit and caboodle. And I was like, I'll get the kids' drinks. And I got that pitcher, and I loaded up all their little sippy cups
Yeah,
with what I thought.
looked like grape Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Gave them all the drinks, and every one of them are drinking. They're like, "What the fuck is it?" Like, oh, like they all had like icky faces. Not my son. My son was like guzzling it.
this is the best thing ever.
And they're like, my daughter. She said, like, I think. She's like, I think this juice is bad. And I was like, what do you mean it's bad? And I went over and smelled it, and I smelled just booze. And I was like, oh no.
And then CPS showed up.
Yeah. Then I lost my children. Why are you pouring it out? That's what you do.
That's what he thinks. If he doesn't like it, he throws it in the trash. If he doesn't like it, he pours it out. That's
You're part of the problem.
yep.
Yeah, I gave all my nieces
There are
and
starving children in Africa that would not care if you just poured that out.
yeah, so sad. Yeah,
What was it?
it was like a sangria. It's like a heavy sangria. Tasted delicious. I had it.
It was wonderful, but not for children.
Not for children.
Everybody slept good that night, though, or had tummy aches.
Cash and like I'm not kidding you. Cash was chug-a-lugging. He's got that dog in him. Got a little bit of his dad. I've talked to my kids like when I feel like you won't like, I'll let them have a sip or a taste. Not now. They're 12.
Yeah.
But like 16.
Well, my viewpoint in it is kind of like when you get to that age where you start to get curious, I would rather you do it
with me.
with me at my house.
Exactly. So I don't want to make like I don't want it to have a mystique to it. I don't want it to have,
Oh, I need to do it because I can't.
my daddy says I can't
Yeah.
have it, so I don't want that. I mean, I think that's a lot of the problem I have, because my whole childhood was like, don't, this, that, and the other.
I mean, that's how I grew up too.
So
but
I ran as fast as I could to it.
I didn't have my first drink until I was 21.
I was told if you smoke
On my
weed,
birthday.
you'll make your brain bleed. That's what my dad told me. He's like, yeah, weed will make your brain bleed and you become, paraplegic and an idiot.
Wow.
And first time I ever smoked weed, I was like, I'm going to make my brain bleed. I want to try it. It doesn't.
Nope.
No, it just makes you hungry and very happy.
I'm sleepy.
A little bit of that, too. And then my dad told me that mushrooms, like he had a friend in college who ate mushrooms and he turned into a vegetable. And if you look at every case, that has never happened.
No, that generally only happens with like LSD and acid and
Yeah.
things like that. They're chemical
Yeah.
drugs. Very rarely do natural things have that kind of side effect.
Right. I don't know. I think it's cool. Allegedly, you can go buy those gummies from like head shops, like mushroom gummies.
Yeah.
And allegedly, if you take them, you're just best feeling in the world. Allegedly.
It's funny, we were talking about Mike Tyson and Graham Hancock. They
Yeah,
have a podcast together. That episode, I guess Tyson has a podcast.
yeah, he
The fighter
did.
and the writer.
Yeah, they had. I think it was like a one-off.
Okay, and it was him.
Yeah, he interviewed Mike Tyson interviewed Graham Hancock, but they microdosed on mushrooms beforehand.
Chocolates.
Chocolates.
Yeah.
And they had he was like, I love you, Graham. You're my brother, Graham.
You're my brother, Graham.
We make cut from the same cloth. Mike Tyson is the true definition of duality of men. Like,
Oh my God, did you watch or hear the interview that he did with that kid?
I said,
About
yeah,
are you the one that sent that to
Yeah.
me? I was like, oh man!
my legacy means nothing.
All we're going to do is die.
All we're gonna do is die.
You don't care about me?
What does
is
it
legacy?
matter?
What is legacy?
What? My legacy is dirt. My legacy is trash.
Her eyes were just like,
Okay.
what is this crazy person saying?
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Tyson.
I mean, he's right.
Mike Tyson has like the wildest sound bites throughout his whole career.
Yeah.
That one reporter that was like asked a pretty inappropriate question about Castaneda, and like Mike Tyson, it like pissed him off, and he was like, I don't want to say it in front of your kids, awful.
Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll murder you, basically.
Well, no, he said like, I'll do stuff to you till you love me. I'll hold you down. And I was like, oh my gosh. And he like the one where he says like, I come from the same people that ate babies. I come from like, he's a wild boy.
Yeah. He went through massive life change after he got out of fighting.
Well, he went to prison,
Yeah.
came back and fought a couple times and lost his ass. And then he spent the next 15 years learning about who he was. I mean, his whole life has been like, he was found in Brownsville by Castaneda, and he's like, you're going to be the best fighter in the world. Well, at 13 years old, he looked like he was 21.
Yeah.
Neck, a neck the size of like both of my legs tied together.
Right.
And he like Castaneda, like he's talked about it, he like hypnotized him. Put the mindset in him like, there's no one better than you, Mike. You're the destroyers of worlds.
Yeah, and that's the mentality he took into the ring was, I'm going to kill this person.
God, that fight he had with like was Tommy the Hurricane, that white dude, who was like, he like made a poem in the press talk, like, after Saturday night we'll understand Mike Tyson isn't going to be ready to fight, just real dumb. And like, as soon as the bell rung, the saddest punishment in the boxing ring.
Just humiliated him.
Yeah. And it wasn't like the dude was a professional boxer and he looks like he's never boxed a day in his life.
Yeah.
I remember Mike Tyson fights when I was a kid. Might as well not pay for it because it's only going to go a minute.
Yeah.
And that,
It's like the opposite of the that other guy.
yeah.
Who's the boxer that's really that can't read?
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
Who's that dumb
Who's that guy that can't read?
Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, you know his fights are going to go the distance because he's
Yeah.
not going to get hit.
Well, he's a true technician.
He's
Like,
a defensive boxer.
He would download the information that, like, the first 3 rounds were him figuring things out. Then after that, he had you.
Yeah.
I think boxing's beautiful. I love watching boxing. Like the Gypsy King, Tyson. What is his name? Tyson Fury.
Yeah.
Like,
I want him to fight Jake Paul.
I would love that. He fought his brother.
Yeah.
Jake Paul fought Tommy.
Yeah.
Tommy Fury, and that was there
Got
was like
his-
really good.
Got his butt handed to him too, didn't he?
He won. Jake did,
Did he?
but there was moments in that fight where you're like, apparently Jake Paul's is taking a fight with a legit boxer. He's been boxing for
That's not old enough to be his father.
his same age, close to it.
There you go.
He's a real boxer. And like I'm not saying like I want Jake Paul to like get murked by a boxer. Like the dude has put in the time. He's done the hard
He's
work.
a legitimate fighter. I just don't
Yeah.
like him.
I don't like him. That's fair to say. I just don't like him. And like he's calling himself the golden son of boxing, trying to put it on the map for people. Like I think he's doing such a disservice to boxing. Like we have this younger generation watching this, like, oh, I can just be an idiot and talk trash, and then I can get what I want.
Yeah, basically.
So, yeah, talk trash. I don't know. You ready for Thanksgiving?
Not really.
Me either. I will say I'm thankful for you, dude.
Same.
So glad we are doing this together.
Yeah, this has been a massive help in my life recently.
Yeah. Me too. Me too, man. I talk about you like a brother. It's my favorite thing to do.
Yeah. Well, and they're like, so, like I'll be by myself.
Oh, will you?
Yeah.
You come to my mom's?
Maybe.
You can.
Okay, maybe.
Let me talk to her. And she lives down the road from
Okay.
here.
You
don't
might
gotta-
swing by.
Fuck yeah, man. I'll tell her to save a plate and you can come.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Thanksgiving together.
Heck yeah.
We're eating at we're eating at 3. Yeah.
I'll be nice and toasted by then.
I stopped drinking beer at my mom's house because it's like the stare I get the
Oh,
whole
yeah.
time. I'm like, oh my god, oh my god. Me and my stepbrother used to drink Natty Lights in the bed of trucks, like
Sneaking them
like
out.
we're 14 years
yeah.
old.
Yeah. I'm 30 years old. Come on.
Oh, so I'm hoping with the Black Friday sales and deals, hopefully I can find a camera.
Oh,
for this
cool.
Podcast.
Very cool.
I've been looking. I don't want to buy the cheapest,
Right.
but I don't want to buy something so expensive it's going to like kill me. So,
Yeah.
but I want it to be good quality.
Yeah. That'll be a whole other level of editing that we'll have to learn.
That's why I'm getting a laptop so I can do the audition and learn how to. I'm not going to do like crazy editing.
Right. Just have to be able to sync up the audio and the video.
I'm going to put a header, like a title,
Yep.
ending. I'm not going to put like crazy like I don't know. No transitions.
No weird video effects.
I think that last podcast we did, if it had video, would have been like such a great, like, it would have took it to another level.
I agree.
Especially like when the lights dimmed.
Yeah.
and we
Well,
s-
you posted the video, right, of the
Yep.
light? Yeah.
I posted that as like a teaser.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, this is what's coming up. I hate making videos. Like I don't mind doing it, but like I feel so stupid when I do any video.
I don't even know where to start when I try to do a post about something. I'm just
I literally-
like, here's some words.
I literally record, like I press record and just talk.
Yeah.
Most times it's one take.
Most times it's awesome.
I made one for the band yesterday when I was at the park.
I saw that one.
Because Josh was like, I was like, well, I'll do it right now, butthole. Here we go. He probably didn't say it like I thought he said it, but I was like,
He did.
yeah. Yeah. Josh has been like elusive. I haven't seen him outside of practice. I don't hear from him or see. I don't think he hates us now.
No, he's probably just got a lot going on. Like we all do.
Yeah.
I don't think it's. I know for a fact that's not intentional. If it was intentional, he would tell us.
I think so. Yeah.
He's not the kind to be like coy about things.
Yeah.
It's not his jam.
Last night was cool hanging out with Chad. Just me and him.
Yeah.
I thought Dennis was coming. He came up there for a minute beforehand, but he didn't stay. But me and Chad hanging out was really cool.
Yeah.
We just fake kissed each other and
Fake.
quote unquote fake. Yeah, I hope you guys have a good Thanksgiving.
Absolutely.
I hope you guys get super full of turkey and you got a mosquito in your eyeball. There you go. I know it's hard to go around your family sometimes. Like I know it's can be very difficult. Keep the peace. And if you do fight them, go live.
That's right. We would all like to see it.
Go live on Facebook. That would be my favorite if you could do that.
Tag us.
Here at Truck Beers, we're thankful for all our listeners.
Absolutely.
We see we're having a steady stream up. Like every podcast is getting better.
Yeah, we're trending in the right direction.
I mean, but if you guys wanted to make it better, you could just, share our podcast, tell your friends, like, follow, comment. Like any attention's good.
Right.
Yeah. You can say we suck. Like we are open for that kind of criticism.
Yeah, but if you say we suck, leave us a 5-star review anyway, and then in your review say these guys suck.
Yeah, 5-star review. I'm only doing this because I don't want to see them. I want to see them be sad.
We should have merch pretty soon, maybe.
Yeah, we got a picture last
Got
night.
a logo in the works. Looks fantastic.
Shout out Noah. That was great. If y'all need a tattoo and you want to have like the best tattoo, go to Home Free Tattoo in Longview. It's on Highway 80. Noah and his wife run that shop. They do incredible stuff. They kind of tend to be more traditional in the tattoo, but they can do whatever.
Hey man, traditional stuff's awesome though. It's the one kind of tattoo that I want that I don't really have as a traditional style tattoo.
I got a lot of traditional tattoos. The only thing this is traditional, that's not. I guess I don't have a bunch of I lied. All right.
Well, the leaf
Y'all have a
blower's
good
back
week.
on. I guess it's time to wrap it up.
Yeah. Y'all be kind to each other. Be nice to each other. We love you.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Hug your family.
Hug your family. Happy Christmas.
All right.
Thank you, McCabe.
Bye guys. Love ya.